go. Spence, what's up, my guy?
RK, bets, man. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Tell us about your hair dilemma that you've got going on.
Oh, yeah. So today I was on Rocky's show. I'm just like a show. I think I have like 5-6 shows this week.
You're a real
7 maybe.
showman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no RK, but I did a fair amount of shows this week, and I was on the Rocky show this morning. And I've been thinking about cutting my hair, which ironically my hair is like it's me. Like the reason I don't cut it is because I'm like, I have this fucking mullet. And like, I like to give people shit for their hair because they immediately get so fucking backed into a corner. They're like, look at your hair, bro. I'm like, I know my hair looks like shit. That's the thing. But I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, I enjoy my hair. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck how bad I think it looks. I enjoy it. But today, in the last couple days, I've like been pondering, every time I get in the shower, it takes like an extra 10, 15 minutes to wash it. And I was like, maybe I should just cut it all off again. And RK was backstage here at Studio A during the Rocky show and caught just a perfect wave of my curls, basically. And so now I can't cut my hair.
Yeah,
thanks to RK. He's savior.
Your hair's looking like extra voluptuous and shiny.
This special, conditioner only, never shampoo.
Ooh.
I learned that from...
Really?
Yeah. I learned that from Landon, the kid with like the curliest, greatest hair of all time. He said, never shampoo, always condition. I have a special hair towel that I use.
Wow.
I walk around, you know how like you walk around with a towel on your head?
Yeah.
I do that only in my own house, only with my wife around. But, and then, I've been using this special conditioner that's like volumizing and it's apparently working.
Your wife gave all the credit to Athletic Greens.
Athletic Greens, I have been very staunch on my Athletic Greens. I'm going about probably a month in a row, weekdays only though.
Why?
Because I don't feel like making a smoothie on the weekends.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm just too a little lazy for that.
We're learning lots about Spence today.
This is great.
I am team keep the hair. Maybe like a trim just, for the ends, but don't take it all off.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I did cut a significant amount off the sides the other day and just like cleaned it up a little bit, for lack of a better term, like cleaning up a dirt hallway. But it's
the first time anyone ever described you to me was Adam after he met you, and he was like, "Yeah, he's got this cool like Euro mullet thing going on." So it was, he liked it too.
No, that's crazy because that means I haven't cut my hair in 3 years.
Yeah.
I've been working here for 3 years.
At least some would say bring back the blonde dye. I'm good with it as it is.
Yeah, that's too much work.
All right, how's your betting life treating you lately?
Dude, I've been hitting the SGPs every single night on the Nuggets and Avs. Avs are not as fun because
It's hard to make hockey SGPs.
Yeah, because I do have a rule with my SGPs: no team picking and no over/under game picking.
Okay, I like that.
So, and it's much easier, obviously, to do with the NBA with all the different players, points, rebounds, assists. Hockey, it's a little more difficult. But I've hit a few SGPs here and there on the Nuggets. And then I do, of course, with the DraftKings current, like every day you basically get a free one back. So I've kind of rolled that into a free one the next day. But I've actually been buying points up and like making the odds better in my favor, but picking less games recently, or less choices.
An example?
So like instead of like Jamal Murray the other night, I think was 17.5 was the number. Mm-hmm. I said Jamal Murray over 20.5 points, and it was like plus 130. So then I can pick, because I generally like my SGPs in between plus 1,500 and plus 2,500.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but you can get there with like 4 picks if you buy it up.
So you're like, okay, Jamal's having a big game, Joker's having a big game, and then maybe someone on the other team, or like...
Yes, one of my 4, it's generally a 4 pick is kind of my sweet spot, and one of them is always like, the Nuggets tend to let other stars score a ton of points. They still win every game, especially at home. But like the other night, it was Kawhi over 21, and he had like 34. So that's usually like a staple, is one of the other team.
I couldn't be more different, because I've never had luck going for like the big ticket SGPs. So now I've literally come back to just Jokic triple-double, Jokic points, Nuggets win. And I just do that every single time. And I take the Jokic points as low as I can.
Okay.
So it'll be like 21.5 or something.
Yeah.
Plus Jokic triple-double, plus Nuggets win, and it's like plus 200. But I mean, if they're gonna win the game, that pretty much hits.
Yeah, well, Jokic triple double and win are currently the same bet.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the same bet that you get to parlay together.
And then so it's like you're getting plus value on the Nuggets at home. It's like what I'm looking to get. And then of course, once in a while you'll miss that, but it feels like it hasn't missed at all lately if the Nuggets won the game.
Right. Yeah. The only game they've lost that I can remember is the Memphis game, and didn't even sniff that.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. Let's start with Spence's big three, see what he's bringing to the table for us tonight.
All right, so DraftKings, when you log into that beautiful app there, see all the green, all the money you're going to make, they've got a boost for Nuggets-Celtics moneyline parlay. I think Celtics moneyline was in like the 540 range, so not worth touching. And then the Nuggets money line, Nuggets are -5 as I last checked, so money line probably in the 200 range. But the moneyline parlay, this is a great way to make money if you have the cojones to do it, is taking two huge money lines, parlaying them together, getting about even odds, and just, hoping those two teams win. The Nuggets pretty much don't lose at home. Me, we've been friends for a while. I'm very pessimistic on my teams.
Yes,
I'm overly pessimistic on my teams. But tonight, I think, I'm fully in on the Nuggets. I may put Nuggets money line in my SGP because I'm so confident in them. Normally I'm like, oh, maybe they'll win, maybe they'll tonight is a statement game for them, and they know it. They've had a couple days off. Memphis has lost 8 of their last 9 on the road. Oof. They won their last road game. Otherwise, they were on an 8-game road losing streak. This is not the place to be on a losing streak at. So, and then, of course, the Celtics. I actually have a parlay in my DraftKings right now. Boston, Denver, NHL, NBA Finals.
Wow, what is that worth?
That is plus 14,000, I want to say.
That is crazy.
And obviously, these are insane bets, and a future like that is got a long ways to go. But I was like, okay, clearly the Bruins are the best team in the East. The Avs are the best team in the West. The Nuggets are arguably, they are the best team record-wise in the West, and then the Celtics are arguably the best team in the East. So yeah, that is plus 13,821. So my 1 unit bet pays almost $1,500.
Wow, that's fun. That's
yeah,
fun.
and it's So I'm not a Celtics fan. I'm a fan of a player on the Celtics. Yeah. So I do root for them when they're not playing the Nuggets, and that's a great boost. That's basically even odds for 2 great home teams to win at home.
Derek has always gone to teams that I don't like.
Yeah, dude.
And it just makes it so hard.
That was the first NBA jersey I ever bought, not Nuggets, and buying a Spurs jersey almost made me sick.
Yeah,
it was puke-worthy.
At least the colors are solid.
Yeah.
I saw a stat came out today that he had in common with Yoke. Did you see that?
No.
It was like players with games of plus minus 20, plus 20 or more this season, and him and Yoke were tied with 12.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, dude,
crazy.
Great defender. That team just plays great team defense and just has a lot of stars. So I think that's an easy dub for them tonight. My next on my big three is going to be the Phoenix. We got an all-city matchup, an outside of Denver all-city matchup. What is this fucking line?
I don't know. And did you see in the all-city Slack that this was being discussed?
No, I haven't gotten to that Slack yet.
So Matt
today.
Peck, who is one of my favorite personalities in the All-City family, covers the Bulls. And he wrote in the NBA All-City Slack, I can't believe the Suns are only 3.5 point favorites tonight.
Yes. I was Twitter searching Kevin Durant, if they're going to play him every other game. Looks like he's ready to rock. He's only 4 points away from breaking a scoring record. He's 3rd or 4th on the all-time scoring list. About to pass, I think, Oscar Robertson. Don't quote me on that, or maybe Hakeem. But yeah, so as long as he's playing, I don't know what that line is. Being an all-city guy, I obviously root for my Denver teams overall, but I watch and pay attention, and the Bulls just kind of suck, dude. Yeah, they're just kind of trash. So
it's sad because their show has such good vibes, and they just rarely get to celebrate after games.
Yeah.
Matt Peck added on, y'all smoked us in November. Booker dropped 51 points in 3 quarters. Now you have KD.
Yeah, that line is. I'm so confused.
Kind of scares me.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's too good of a line.
Yeah, when I was on bets with Andre on Wednesday, it was the Avs playing the Devils, high scoring game. We both had the over, but Arturi Lehkonen to get over 0.5 point was was minus 110. And I said the same thing. I was in my big three, but I also said the same thing. I was like, oh, I don't know. Like that.
That's too good.
Yeah, I was like, he's on a line with Nathan McKinnon, who ends up scoring 2 goals. Lehkonen gets 2 points. Easy winner. And then my final one. So the fun part about the Nuggets being so deep is they can score from anywhere. But the hardest part is to bet on. Because one of our main, basically starting 5, include Bruce Brown in there, is going to have a stinker of a night where he has 7 points. It's never going to be Yoke, but it could be Murray, it could be Porter, it could be AG. Any of these guys, like, you just don't know which guy it is. I think tonight, AG didn't play, of course, in the last matchup in Memphis. I think he's huge, like, just kind of like to be more in the paint. And I think there's going to be help off of MPJ. And so I think he'll probably make 3 or 4 threes tonight. And I think 16.5 is in. I see him at 20 to 25 tonight because he's like the guy that, like, Murray's like, okay, Jokic is a flatliner. He'll make a statement. He just makes a statement with his normal play.
Yeah.
Murray is the guy that's like, can go up and make a statement, but Porter is the guy that's like, dude, I can just absolutely rain on this team. And he gets hyped up. The team gets hyped up. They feed him and he can make. I was watching the game the other night and just realized how easily he makes mid-range shots that are so tough. Yeah. And we're getting spoiled by all the play on the Nuggets of guys that, like, that shit's not easy and they make it look easy.
I know. It's so true. I also think MPJ is the most athletic he's been, like, since his last injury.
Yeah, dude, taking it to the rim, I'm just like, what is this guy?
He's, like, getting to the rim and then has, like, elite body control to, like, absorb contact, and then he's so long that he just, like, makes it easy.
Yeah, and he's 6'10", so he's already at the rim, basically. It's insane.
Like, it was the Clippers. He had a big game against the Clippers, right? And then he had another big game in that week. And, like, I was watching those 2 games. I'm like, if MPJ plays like this, I just don't think anyone can beat the Nuggets.
Yeah, and he's a guy that he's, the mid-range game has kind of fallen out. DeRozan's the king of that, kind of.
Yep.
And now I'm like, I used to be like, Porter, take a 3 or don't do anything because you should not be able to dribble, take to the rim. He gets those, like, little curls at the elbow, and he can fade away, and nobody can block that if he's fading away. It's KD, diet KD.
I mean, we were talking about this. Speaking of KD, the Suns, they're kind of trying to keep mid-range alive. Like, Book shoots a lot of mid-range, CP3 shoots a lot of mid-range, KD shoots a lot of mid-range. So yeah, it's not entirely dead, or that just ends up being their downfall, which would be awesome.
Yes, Western Conference Finals downfall. Love
All
that.
right, let's go to my big 3. All right, Yoke Trip dub at minus 120. We've kind of had to, like, re-envision what value is on this. And now, to me, it's like anything under minus 150 is value on this prop, which is crazy because I remember this season getting it at plus 300, plus 400 going into games. Now it's basically a money printer. So if you think the Nuggets are going to win, you bet Yoke trip dub. If you think Yoke's going to get a trip dub, you bet Nuggets to win. They kind of go hand in hand. I didn't like the money line value, but I'm with you on, like, statement game, revenge game. I think you'll see it right off the opening tip. Just the Nuggets playing with a little bit of extra energy tonight. They hardly lose at home. I think I was at the last home loss, which was against the Pistons.
Oh, no.
But I have seen a win since then. But it's crazy. That was a long time ago. Was that October or something?
Yeah, I saw them lose. The last home game I saw them lose was New York Knicks, and it was like mid-December.
Yeah,
and I think that was the last home game they lost in general. I'm almost positive.
Crazy. So give me Nuggets minus 4.5. I think they cover the spread. And then finally, got to get a bet for my boys, my Leeds boys in here. Leeds to score first. They're taking on Chelsea tomorrow. Chelsea, not the Chelsea. Not your father's Chelsea, if you will. They are down kind of bad this year. And the last time Leeds played them, they beat them 3-0. I'm pretty sure if Leeds wins tomorrow, Chelsea is going to fire their manager. But I think they at least put a scare into them and get the first goal. Leeds has a new manager themselves. They scored first in their last game, their last Premier League game. They had another game this week where they had 2 goals that would have been the opening goal called off. One of them was absolute bullshit. So I think they start a little fast and get the first goal there. At plus 185, it's pretty good value. All right, before we move on, we've got to give a shout out to our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can get in on all of this great action. Get over to DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the code DNVR when you sign up. You can get $200 in free bets when you bet $5 on anything. It's a great way to get your account started. As I've always tried to tell you guys, just take that $200 in free bets, bet it on various Nikola Jokic bets. You will win more than you lose, and you'll come out with positive money in the deal. So check out our friends over at DraftKings to get in on all of these fantastic deals and offers. Of course, age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And this is all void in Ohio. All right, Alyssa, did Andre leave us with a dilemma of the day?
He did not.
Oh, no. It means we have to go table side dilemma of the day. All right, you've been talking about these SGPs, so let's cook one up. Let's go to the Nuggets. I want to get in on this plus 1,500 Spencer Smith special SGP.
All right, I like it. You know you know how there's like a hot crazy matrix for like women?
Yes.
That I have a hot crazy matrix for how much I drink and how many legs and how much my SGP goes up, and how many bets I place. I think that's a pretty normal thing. Like
it is a normal thing.
The more alcohol you have, the more your SGP. But so right now, I haven't drank today, so we'll get it to the like the 1,500 range.
Let me just run a theory by you really quick, because I've been thinking about this. So I have the same thing where, especially at Buffs football games, get drunk before. I'm walking and I'm like, why don't I just throw 50 on the money line? Like, if they win, it'll be more electric.
Right.
It doesn't apply to that because I'm a season ticket holder and you are as well for the Nuggets. But what I was thinking about this when Allie and I were pondering going to the Super Bowl or another expensive game, especially in the playoffs. Would you be willing to pay double the cost of the seat, which is already expensive, to guarantee that your team wins or you get your money back?
1,000,000%.
Okay.
I do this.
Okay, so why don't we, if we're going to, see our team in the Super Bowl, let's say the ticket was $3,000, wouldn't you be willing to say, I should just put $3,000 on the other team to win? So then if they win, I didn't have to pay for my seats and it's a wash. And if my team wins, obviously we're talking about a lot of money here, so maybe you don't have that money, but if you can afford to do it, then if your team wins, you forget that you lost that money on that bet.
Your team winning a game of that magnitude is priceless.
Yes.
100%.
I think I want to try to start doing this. Obviously, not the Super Bowl where the tickets are that expensive because I wouldn't have been able to afford the ticket in the first place.
Right.
Let alone doubling it. But just like, I don't know, like, we went to like an Avs Stanley Cup game last year. It's like, it's worth it to just double the cost, bet it on the other team, especially if they're an underdog and you can get plus money on it.
Yeah.
Or bet a little bit less to wash it out. And if your team loses, you just get your money back. It's a refund.
I wish I would have done that with Game 5 of the Cup last year, where I spent the most money to go. I would have won the bet, and then I would have won the Cup.
And they were
we would have won the Cup.
heavy dogs in that game.
So that would have been like the
Perfect
absolute
scenario.
Jackpot. All right.
All right, walk us through.
Okay.
So we're all in.
So Aaron
SGP.
Gordon is like my guy.
Okay.
Because he's the first guy that always shows up. The double A, he's always in there. I am going to go AG. I'm going to go 15.5.
Whoa.
So that's in that plus odds. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to do the same for Ja, but Ja is going to be 28.5 all the way up that you can buy at plus 125. I think Ja has a 30-point night tonight.
We struggle to defend guards like him.
Exactly.
Although we're better this year, but still.
Yeah, and we have like the guys to do it. I think once we get to the playoffs, like I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Because we have switchable guards. All right, let's go. I gave out the MPJ, but we're gonna scroll over to threes.
Okay.
And if I get good value on him making 3, okay, minus 145. We're going to take that.
All right.
And the kicker is going to be, there's usually a crazy small line on this. I want to see if I'm going to get it. Usually Jamal Murray rebounds. We can go 5+ at plus 135. That is a 1,400.
There it is.
Plus 1,400 parlay. We're locking that in. So Aaron Gordon over 15.5 points. Ja Morant over 28.5. MPJ is going to hit 3 threes. And Jamal Murray, I see him getting on the boards. It's like they did the like 2+ and crazy stupid odds, and then it jumps to 5. I would have liked 4.
Yep.
But 5 rebounds. Jamal's like the the almost triple double guy. Like he'll never have a ton. I think he's had one this year
one
in his career. But he's like the 21, 7, and 8 guy.
Right. It's like he's not really flirting with it, but you're like, oh, he could get one.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of like 21, 5, and 5s.
Right. Yes. Yeah. The 5 and 5 is like it's like sticks out, and it's either sometimes it's 7, 5 and 5. Most of the time it's 18, 5 and 5,
right.
or 25, 5 and 5 would be great. I think him and MPJ. I think the whole team's going to be up for this game tonight.
I do too.
And if we start running and we score 120 points, like everybody's going to get theirs tonight.
Hell yeah! All right, I like it. We're gonna end with that. Lock it in. Everyone, good luck on your bets this weekend. Don't double down when you lose one to try and win it back. That's my advice of the weekend. We'll see you guys later.